Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for SH Figuarts Vegetto, and I'm actually quite excited for this one. It's part of the Dragon Ball Z series, in particular Buu Saga. And I recently rewatched Dragon Ball and kind of get myself up to date since growing up, I only get up to the Cell Saga. Then they kind of revamped it with the Dragon Ball Kai, which kind of went again and redid the Dragon Ball Z series. Well, got bits and pieces. I think it's pretty much the same animation. And they get up to the Buu Saga, which is great since they're actually making a new Dragon Ball series next month, July of 2015, and I'm quite excited for that one. So back to this figure. This is amazing. I'm happy that they make Vegetto. So it seems like this is an exclusive with this brown box here, but luckily enough for us here in US, Bluefin Distribution is giving this or bringing this stuff over, which is great. We don't have to pay the premium price. And in particular, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below if you want to inquire or get one yourself. And this is great. So in this, I've seen a few things that they've added. In inclusion, instead of having a separate figure for the normal and Super Saiyan mode, they've provided both of them and with different faces for each modes, which is great. And even have an effect part. Nice. And here's the box. And for those who are not too familiar with Vegetto, it just depends on how you're exposed to Dragon Ball. Vegetto is basically the fusion between Goku and Vegeta. And that's using the Potara rings, or Potara earrings, as you can see there. And that was given to them by the Supreme Kai. And this is a means to fight the evil Buu. And even though Goku's Super Saiyan 3 is just not enough. And that might be a spoiler alert for some of you. Too bad. Anyways, hopefully you watched the series. It's great. And yeah, I would recommend watching Dragon Ball again. It's just very nostalgic for me. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the box art. And let's take a look inside. Alright, we got Vegetto here. He looks amazing. So he has a Goku's face, well, somewhat. And you have Vegeta's hairstyle, Goku's uniform but in blue, and you have the Saiyan gloves and boots, pretty much the Saiyan armor from Vegeta, and it looks great. I think in terms of the mold, it's almost the same in terms of the uniform, other than they've replaced the boots here, I think, and they painted this tips. So I'm kind of wondering how come the first Super Saiyan Vegeta didn't paint that. I painted mine. And I think they are going to re-release those Super Saiyan Vegeta and Trunks, and they're calling it the Advanced Color or something like that. Interesting. Anyways, back to this. You get a little bit of shading on the flesh tone here, although they never fixed the elbow joint. It has that lighter shade, so basically unpainted, which could be a little unsightly at times. I kind of wish they just changed that color to match. Yeah, but it's just like a shade lighter than the rest of the body. Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, interesting design for Vegetto. And let's quickly go over articulation. We have the neck here, articulation, and it does a little bit loose neck joint, which kind of is the issue for older SH Figuarts Dragon Ball. And you can always tighten that using either a clear nail polish or a hobby cement. And I made a video about it. But basically the idea behind it is you kind of coat the ball joint with it, and you let it dry. And you can recoat it again and make sure it's completely dry. You know, leave it alone for several hours, then put it on. That gives you a little bit more friction for the ball joint, and it's not gonna be as loose. But for now, it's not too bad. Then moving on the shoulder here, you got that joint, and you have the sleeve, which I'm not too fond of. I really wish they redesigned this and release a better version of Goku without it. Yeah, because you see the hollow part, and I kind of wish they've painted that differently inside. I mean, you can remove the sleeve. It's just a bulge on the back here, but I kind of like how they did it on the other ones, where this thing is on top, or it's a flap. It's part of it. It's kind of rubber feel instead of this. So you just gotta be mindful when you're posing and make sure it's pressed back in. Otherwise, there's a gap there. Yeah. And you get the elbow articulation. You have a bicep swivel there. You get your wrist. You get your waist. You get this the sash here. I think you can pop that off, but probably leave it there. You got the legs, the waist. Yeah, really nice articulation. Then you have the knee bend. Not so much for the knee there, but from the side view, it's not too bad. Just the front. But since the whole thing is blue, it kind of blends in a little bit. But they just look great, especially for this type of uniform if they're just standing. I don't think there's a swivel here, but you do have a swivel on the feet. And it's basically a ball joint. You can able to do a wide stand. And you have a toe articulation there. Here we go. So kind of like your basic, the Goku's articulation. Right. So in terms of accessories or facial expressions, we got the serious look here, and other than the normal version, you got the one where he's either smiling or charging up. Maybe a Kamehameha wave. So to do that, we remove the front part of his hair and take this out. Put this on. It's actually quite hollow there. So, interesting. Should put a little bit more plastic in there. But it does make the head a little lighter, which might be a good thing. There. It's quite nice. Other than that, you can turn him to Super Saiyan. And for Super Saiyan, you got two faces. And you got one serious look and one where his mouth is open. But looking forward. So you get two faces for each. So let's do that one. Let's take this out. And actually we're going to take out this whole head here. Just pops out. Or probably should have just popped out the whole thing. And put this on. And let's see how... There we go. Thought it's going to be hard since sometimes this the hole in the bulge or the joint system, if you don't have anything in there, it shrinks. Yeah. So let's start with this one first. And I forgot to remove this one. There we go. There you go. Super Saiyan right away. Really nice. And you also have this part here. When he's angry or charging up. There we go. Let's see what else we got here. Different hands. Yeah, let's go over the hands. So aside from the closed fist, you can have this open blast or key blast hands. Yep. And you also have this one. But I think a lot of people already pointed out that this hand is probably, there's a little bit sliver of paint there. This hand is actually Goku's. It's a repaint, and you can even see the fingernails there. Yep. So, yeah, you can even see the inside part that's had the flesh tone. So it's a repaint, and I really don't mind it much. I mean, there is fingernails, but you know, at least you have this part here, and you can reuse Goku's energy effect part. And with the inclusion of a new hand is this one, which I'm gonna pop this out. because there's an effect part to go along with that. So it's a ball joint. Pop it out and put this on. But this one you only get it for one hand on the right hand. And this gives you an ability to use this effect part here. There is a action-based connection right there, or you can just connect it through here. Here we go. So basically this, I believe this attack is when it's like a piercing energy. He used it to pin down Boo. It's actually a really cool attack. Or you can just have him like he's blasting. And he can stand with it without much problem. It's lightweight, and that's really great. That's a really nice effect part. Alright, so in next part, or in the last accessory, is the cross arm. And this is a great piece, but it's not that easy to put on, and I'm not sure if they've fixed that issue, but seeing that's the same mold, I'm not even gonna bother. And I think a lot of collectors out there are just using the normal fist hands and just crossing arms like this, and it's close enough. Yeah, it's a lot easier to do, and you don't have to keep popping off joints, which might be a good thing. So actually, no, look at this. Oh wait, is there another face? Oh. So for the Super Saiyan, there's actually 3 faces. I didn't realize that. So you have the normal serious look, and you have the one shouting or charging up, and you have another one with a smile looking to his right. There you go. Alright, that's about it for the review. Again, I got mine from Tatsu Hobby. I'll provide the link down below, and I cannot wait for future SH Figuarts Dragon Ball releases. I think Boo is up there also, although he might be released later on this year or next year. I think a couple of the Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta are coming out first. Yeah, and they also have that Comic-Con exclusives which are being announced. Alright, I think that's about it for the review. If you have any questions, let me know. So until then, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.